Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashie? Dashie is still at home. I know for the new people here, I've been saying that for a little while. Who's Dashie? You'll see eventually. You'll love Dashie more than me. Anyway, before I get into the Veve and OMI, we do have a little bit of Earth 2 to go over. So they just dropped some resources and minerals, and trying to collect those, it's hard. So a bunch of people are a little salty because they already had their properties the way that they thought it was, and they have to do a couple of other things now, and it's all very confusing. And that's one of the things that, even though it's not going to matter, the Essence token is just going to go wild when it gets listed next month. But yeah, it is going to be confusing for new people. That's the thing with Veve and OMI. It's super simple. All you have to do is put in your credit card, buy some gems, and then buy from the store. And then eventually, when we have OMI to NFT, again, likely also in Q2, maybe not next month, but definitely in Q2, I believe. They're going to go, and you're going to, whatever OMI you have on the app, you're going to be able to use to purchase NFTs, and I can't heckin' wait. But yeah, for Earth 2, new people are going to come in and be like, this is too much. But then there are a lot of video games that seem confusing at first, like the Civilization games. There's other games that just take a long time, like D&D. There's a couple of things that you just have to go in and just, call yourself Greg Louganis and jump right in. And Earth 2, I think, is going to be that as well. Like, even though it's confusing, it's not going to matter. There's a lot of people that'll still enjoy at least some aspects of it. Like with Veve and OMI, maybe you don't like collective, maybe you like games. So when they have IP branded worlds or gamification, whatever it is, people might not care about the collectibles, but they might care about the games. They might care about the metaverse, land, if we eventually get it. And like I said the other day, there's going to be a bunch of subsections of people that don't necessarily care about the company or the community. They just love Moana, or they just love Little Mermaid, whatever it is, and they'll just collect those, and they'll have their own little fandoms. You see that a ton in Pokemon. Like, for example, like maybe people only care about fire-type Pokemon or ground-type Pokemon. That's why there's those specific gym leaders that have like grass-type Pokemon, they're rock-type Pokemon, and that's what they specialize in. So you have trainers like that as well. And not to get too off the mark, can't wait till we get Pokemon. That'll be great. But before we get into Veve and all the rest of this stuff, let's take a look at OMI. OMI is down about 2.4% on the day, down to 000706. So it is below 00071, really close to that 00069. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. So are we going to get there? I hope so. I hope this stays down here and goes even lower for the next 2 weeks, just so I can go and buy a little bit more. Not a lot of volume at all. 405,000 in the last 24 hours. So let's see how that compares to the rest of the market. The rest of the market is down, so OMI is actually outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin down 4.1%, Ethereum down 3.6%, BNB down 2%, Solana down 5%, XRP only down 0.2%, so XRP is actually pretty flat on the day, doing pretty well. Lido Stake down 3.6%, Dogecoin down 6.9%, everyone comment nice down below, 6.9%, and Toncoin up 9.6%. That's a big outlier, kicking Cardano out of the top 10. Cardano is actually down only about 1%, but still, Toncoin's up 35% for the week. And Toncoin has a market cap that is $2 billion higher now than Cardano. So will Cardano stay out of the top 10? Will the community fight back? I don't know. We'll see. So yesterday I kind of made a mistake. I said that, oh, hey, guess what sold recently that we don't yet have on Veve? Captain America #1. It's just the first time you see him. He's punching Hitler in the face. I did correctly say that one of the copies at a 9.4 did sell for $3.1 million, but that was in 2022. I was mistaking this one with another one that had sold recently. The one that had sold recently was a 9.2, and that only sold for $750,000. So why I wanted to bring that up is, one, because it's still a ton of money, and I still can't wait to get that on Veve at some point. But why I bring that up is because a lot of people say, oh, my bags are down, collectibles are down, it's all Veve's fault. Well, I mean, you could, if pointing fingers, makes you feel better, sure, by all means do that, even if you're completely wrong. But you have two comics, one at a 9, I know one's a 9.4 and one's a 9.2, but when one sells for 3.1 million 2 years ago, and then 2 years to the date, another one sells for 750,000, that's a big difference. And it seems like not just Veve collectibles are down, not just other stuff are down. If you go in the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, there is nothing but negativity over there, just because a lot of the people there are just, again, are down pretty bad, as are a lot of people in crypto and NFTs. Just, been there a while and you're hodling. It sucks to hodl. I get it. Completely understand. But yeah, a lot of people are very bitter. And I had, well, it wasn't me. It was Jordan's show yesterday around the Ecomiverse. I was a guest. So was Dr. Stuff. And so was Crypto Rain. And I asked him, like, hey, guys, you guys keep talking about narratives. What do you say to the fudders that claim that there will be no NFT narrative this cycle? And they both laughed, and I thought it was great. Definitely go watch it. It was a really good video, a really good live stream. But they basically said kind of what I say whenever, let's say, Variety, I think they announced Cookie Monster was doing NFTs, and all of the people that had responded to that post over on X, they're like, "Oh man!" And obviously, Cookie Monster was with Veve with us. They had said, "Oh, Cookie Monster is now doing NFTs, and everything is worse now." I was like, "What? Like, this is so strange." And if you look at the type of people that were saying like, "Oh, this is horrible. It's horrendous for the environment," and obviously we've disproved that multiple times, but they're maybe not the type of people you want to follow into battle or, in finance. And obviously, I'm not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion on things. But I am a financial advisor, just not to you guys. And again, Crypto Rain is older, smarter, and more experienced than I am in this. So if you don't want to listen to me, by all means, listen to him. And he goes on and says, listen, take a look at the people on who's telling you that NFT narrative and digital collectible narrative won't run. And when you go and you take a look at them, yeah, not too many of them are successful, and not too many of them have a lot of experience. They might have been here for a year or two. They might have experienced, the tail end of last bull cycle and this bear market, but not seasoned enough, not well-read enough to know exactly what's going to happen. But like I said, I would trust Crypto Rain on this, in this not financial advice area. And do things happen things happen exactly the same as they did last bull market? No. I mean, already Bitcoin had reached that all-time high before the halving. The halving's supposed to be on April 20th, by the way. That's 420. Everyone comment and blaze it down below for the 420 reference. But yeah, after that, nothing's really going to be the same. It's going to have blow off the top. It's going to be absolutely huge. And what happens as a result of that trickle-down theory, people take profits from Bitcoin, they put it into alts, they take profits from alts, they put it into other stuff, meme coins, etc. But anyway, all of this is around about to say that kind of everything is down right now, and I wouldn't really read too much into that. The narrative will come, and when it does, we'll all be very happy. And shout out to the company Mural. Mural, you can go in and have a lot of your cool collectibles show on your wall if you go and get one of those. This video is not sponsored, by the way. So in yesterday's video, I asked how many MCP points you'll be spending over on Wolverine, and we didn't know how many editions it would be, how much it would cost. Planet Vampire said, I'll have to see the article before deciding how many MCP to spend. If it's really scarce single collectible, I'll put 200,000 MCP out of my 312, so more than half. Maybe even use some bronze tickets, to be honest. And now we finally do know what we have. We have 3,091 editions, going to be $50 each, and it's going to be one of 5. And I don't mean like one of 5, all 5 in the same collectibles, but remember how they did the Hulk? They had the common, the uncommon, all the way through the secret rare, and they released them like month after month. Like, be advised, like they're not going to go, because it's $50, they're not going to drop all 5 Wolverines all in the same month. That'd be a little ridiculous. That'd be a little too expensive for people. So they are probably going to drop him month after month. And I know a lot of people are asking, okay, well, how many Wolverines are there going to be? So obviously we have this one. That's the classic 90s one. The only thing that he's really missing is just his mask. So I would really like that. This is going to have sound and animation. So I do hope that you get the, from the claws, and then maybe a mask on there as well. I think that would be really cool also. And people have been a little wishy-washy about the face. I think his face looks much better than a bunch of other stuff that we have. Electra, Sue Storm. Sorry, I don't know what that was. But yeah, I think his face looks really similar to what it does in the comics or in the show, at least in the 90s. The new one as well. But I think this is meant to be a little bit more grizzled, a little bit more. I mean, he's not a good looking. Wolverine himself, not that good looking. Meant to be really hairy, really furry, only 5'3", but still badass. Other Wolverines that we might get out of this 5, the first thing that comes to mind is probably Old Man Logan. Like, he's the one that you saw with the movie Logan, so he's old and he's healing factor isn't there anymore, so that'll probably be another one that we get. Berserker Wolverine is just Wolverine that's just gone insane. He's gone crazy. He doesn't feel pain, doesn't do whatever. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He just goes out and unalives people, and it's awesome. If they're going to drop one of these around, I guess we already have the new What If series, because in a What If, there is a vampire Wolverine, which is really cool. I would really like to see that. I don't think that's something that's going to come out, though. I think Ultimate Wolverine would be really cool. That's likely one of the things that they would do. It's just, instead of having a healing factor, he has known as what's called a surviving factor, as in, like, he would survive anything, even the stuff that would kill him in the 616 universe. He survived having the Hulk rip him in half. He survived explosions, all this jazz. So I think that would be really cool, and that's likely something we'd get as well. Because we have Zombie Hunter Spider-Man and we have Zombie Captain America, there is a zombie Wolverine out there as well. I think he'd be really fun to get also. In the spirit of Captain America, where it says Hail Hydra, I think we can get a Hydra Wolverine as well as just one of the options. So comment down below what other Wolverines you would want or which one you would want for this, but let's take a look at the people that have been going and commenting. So I gave a couple of options. I said, we just got a Veve announcement with 3,091 editions for Wolverine, and half of the editions going to people who bid MCP points, and they also only have, it's a 10,000 minimum. Not that that's going to matter. People are going to spend much more than 10,000. But I asked, how many are you going to spend? So the four options were 10,000, the minimum amount. 31% of people had bid that. Up to 50,000, another 31% of people had voted for that. 50 to 100,000, 1/5, 22% of people voted for that. And then 100,000 or more, YOLO, 16% of people had voted for that. 567 votes. There's still about 8 hours left in this, so we'll see what happens. And then, yeah, a couple of people they wanted it to be super, super scarce. And we'll likely get a Wolverine and hopefully a first appearance Wolverine that will be super, super scarce for the 5th drop. The OMI account was having a little fun with the eclipse yesterday, saying, a friendly reminder to the OMI community, make sure to wear proper eye protection during today's solar eclipse, but don't blink, you might miss it, and it's just the red O around the moon. Marvel had gone and posted yesterday from Ashes, A New Beginning. Stay tuned this week for announcements of all new X-Men titles launching in July. You have X-Force, you have Jean Grey as the Phoenix, and then you have Welcome to Nyx. So we have one of those comics on there as well. These are all likely to come out in July unless there's delays. We have Dogboy saying, hey Veve, got a fun idea for you. Instead of holding back all those collectibles, why not spice things up with a potluck drop? Mix in different collectibles and mints, charge $50 for 1,000 random editions. It'll be a blast for us collectors. What say you? I think that would go against some of the sweepstakes laws that America has, but I would love to see them do something similar to that if they can work around it. Shout out to this amazing collector that collected number 327 common and 327 secret rare. I'm not sure who has, or if it's public on who has that, but shout out to them because they're awesome. Speaking of awesome collectors, we have Low Mint Mick that has 900 Stormtroopers. My good golly, gosh, man. So let's say it's 16, which it might be more than that. $16 per, there's 900 of them, 14,400 doll hairs in Stormtroopers. That's just the common, and let's not forget, he has about 29 of those, what are they, the Black Panther secret rares from the last Marvel Mighty set. Taking a look at the Uncanny X-Men number 1, there's a bunch of users. The top guy owns 156 of them. I think Wes actually is number 2. There's a bunch of, you could have 20 of them and not even make the top 10 of those absolute bananas. So in like 36 hours, this ends. Veve Digital Collectibles posted on their Discord saying, enter below by pressing the party hat emoji for your chance to win one of these 3 Veve Digital Collectibles prizes. That we're not exactly sure what those prizes are going to be. I think one of the last winners got a Lambo, like an ultra rare Lambo, which is worth about $40, which is pretty cool. But go on the Discord and do that if you haven't already. So there's a new Marvel comic from Le Bouton. I think Fanny Carbonell taught me how to pronounce Le Bouton. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It is a super, super limited edition. It looks like it looks like Batista from Dexter. That has the Infinity Stones around his necklace. You have Rocket the Raccoon down there. You have Captain Marvel. You have Moon Knight. You have a bunch of people saying the Louis Beverse explodes, and it says custom branded content. And basically what this is, it's a comic. It sounds like whoever has this has a really good deal and a really big incentive to keep that, because I know that you had to purchase at least 2 Christian Louboutin items to be eligible for the comic. And the minimum spend would have been about $800. So after speaking to sales associates over in New York, none of them really knew much about Veve, but they did say the Marvel products were flying off the shelves, especially at New York Comic Con 2023, where me, Wet Wizard, Fam Bam, and Tammy Hanna had all gone on and talked with. Wet Wizard actually got one of those as well. Say, not sure how many of those clients would keep the comic and appreciate its value, but I'm guessing it's a super, super small amount. So if you have one, keep it. Also, just to keep things open a little bit, just to keep things, like I always said, I would always keep all of my moves out in the open and let y'all know what they are. After Dr. Stuff yesterday said his favorite token that was not OMI was something called NGL or Entangle. So I happened to go on and get a little bit of that yesterday. Not a ton, just a little bit. Enough in order to go and say, hey, in case this moons, I have a moon bag. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love y'all. Bye, guys. Meow, meow, meow.